Jamal and Kim's Inner Circle Health Tribe, episode 21.
You know, our health is all we have. When you don't have your health, you don't have your life. And we're not taking our life in our own hands.
It's time to reverse the imbalances in your life as you take the first step on your own journey towards personal change. Welcome to Jamal and Kim's Inner Circle Health Tribe, educating, empowering, and inspiring individuals to live healthier. Now here are your hosts and your guides to natural living, Jamal and Kim.
Hi, Kim and Jamal here, and welcome to another episode of Jamal and Kim's Inner Circle Health Tribe podcast. We have another great interview for you this week. Today we are joined by MerySerket Anitefnut. MerySerket, are you there?
Yes, I am. Greetings.
Greetings. Peace. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
Good.
Doing great.
Great to have you on the show.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we used to do a show. It was an internet show through Google Hangout. It was a webcast, and we had.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, we had Mary on as a guest. That was a really good show. So look forward to picking your brain today and you sharing and helping to inspire our listeners.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. Good.
And before we dive into the interview, I just want to share a little bit about MerySerket and about some of the great work that she's doing. MerySerket Anitefnut is the founder of the Windows of Wellness and works as a holistic health practitioner, therapeutic massage therapist, and Reiki energy healer. She is also a distributor of Young Living essential oils and has her very own product line, Essence of Life. It was the years of working in the medical and dental fields that sparked her personal interest in natural health and wellness, especially after witnessing the diminishing health state of family, friends, and society. Taking her own health into her hands and making simple changes sparked the passion for natural healing, and a few years later, Windows of Wellness was born. MerySerket spends her days on a wellness mission, re-educating the community on various ways of healing themselves. Helping people is her gift in life. It is a spiritual calling, one she takes with great pride. You can find her working in her home office or vending at events and giving lectures on wellness at various locations. So keep an eye out for Windows of Wellness and see if the wellness mission is in your neighborhood.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, thank you.
Now we know that you used to practice out of New Jersey, and now you're down in Virginia. How's it going down there? What's the culture like in Virginia as far as holistic health is concerned?
Well, the culture is out here. You know, people are aware. It's just very scattered out here. It's like, you know, people stay in their own town, in their own community, and they do whatever they do in their community, and they don't really stretch outward.
Yeah.
But we're noticing that now, you know, our purpose of coming out here was to reconnect, unify, you know, the communities, because it doesn't make no sense to, you know, not go somewhere because they're in the next town over.
Right.
Or you just don't know these people.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we've been doing since we've moved out here, is connecting with, you know, the like Norfolk and Chesapeake and Virginia Beach, you know, all of Hampton Roads areas, to reconnect everyone and let them know, like, look, we're all here. We have practitioners all around. You know, let's get this going, you know.
Yeah.
But people are definitely aware of holistic health. They are doing things, you know, but just, you know, it's a lot slower paced out here, so it's not at the pace of, you know, New York and New Jersey. So, which, you know, kind of gives me and Wilford or Venture the upper hand, because we're always, you know, one step ahead.
Right. Yeah.
So,
and I think it's great, you know, that you are out there, your presence is out there to really grow this movement and to make people more aware. When we think about health and wellness, people don't normally think about Virginia, you know. Right. So to have some people out there putting in the work and connecting, I think it's a great thing. And just to hit you with a curveball question, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
This morning I had my smoothie as usual. What was in it? I call it like a citrus smoothie. So it had pineapple, orange, mango, We add flaxseed, a little Irish moss. Alkaline water is the base.
Tasty. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was.
Yeah, we like to, hit the guests from time to time with stuff like that, just so people could see how this healthy stuff works in real time, what people are doing. Because how it is. People, they say that they don't know what to do, and they feel lost. So to see people doing it in real time, I think is good. Now, we do have a lot of listeners that they don't know who MerySerket is. So who is MerySerket? Like, what was your journey of health and wellness personally, and then what got you into the field of helping others on their healing journey? Tell us your story.
Okay, well, like Kim said, I've been in the medical and dental field. My first job was at 14, and I worked at a nursing home, and I worked in the physical therapy department. And honestly, it really wasn't by choice. But, the summer youth program, they stick you with it. They look at you like, yeah, you would go here, you would go there. So, and then it just seemed that after that, I literally just kept finding jobs in nursing homes or, therapy offices or, anything dealing with health. And then finally, I just got into nursing on my own, after school and so forth. And through that, through working as a nurse's aide and then getting into dentistry and working in dental and seeing, the different aspects of, disease in people, whether it be on a physical plane or whether it be just within, people's mouths, it just really sparked my interest. Mm-hmm. And then basically, as you age and get older and things start, acting up, you can't run as far as you could. Walking up the steps is a task, you start gaining weight or, for me, headaches was always my big thing. I always suffered from migraines since I was a little girl. Mm-hmm. And, these things are, what people say are normal. Like, oh, yeah, you're normal. You have, hormonal headaches and so forth. When, it doesn't feel normal when you're going through it. It feels like, oh, my God, my head is going to explode. I'm ready to just ram my head into a wall because the pain is so bad. Wow. And then, dealing with my mother's illness, which was kept a secret from all of us, even though we saw that she wasn't always well, when you're dealing hand on hand with, hand close to people, you don't really see, the illness, because you're seeing them on a daily basis. And you're not really paying attention to it as an illness. You just think, oh, mommy's tired. Okay, that's it. Mm-hmm. But after, my mom passed and, still dealing with the dental field and hearing all these medications that people were on, when you first start off in the field and you only hear like 2 or 3 medications, and it's always like high blood pressure or, something if they have cancer or whatever the case may be, diabetes. And, that was it. But then it got to, by the time I hit my 20s into my 30s, you're naming 5 different medications. And then the commercials are all medications. And I'm like, this is weird. Why would they post a medication on TV? It just seemed really abstract to me. So, so just observing all these things throughout the years. And then within my own health, diminishing. And I don't like being sick, whether it be a cold or a flu or a headache, I don't like it. Anything outside of the norm that I can't function properly, it just takes me to a place where I just do not like to be. Mm-hmm. And that, like I said, that's when it really got serious for me. And when I started taking medication for my migraines, the effect of the medication was worse than the migraine. I felt like a dope fiend. And I'm like, okay, first I was in extreme pain. Now I'm not in pain, but I feel all high and drowsy, and I'm giggling for no reason. And my sister's looking at me like, are you sure you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm high, So, again, this isn't normal. I wanted my pain to go away so I can continue throughout my day.
Right.
And then eventually, you just, you put that energy out there into the ether. Look, I know I've tried natural things throughout my years and they've worked. I need to know what to do because this is not helping. Mm-hmm. And then I started dealing with high blood pressure, And, who knows what else, because I didn't go to the doctors to get exams.
Yeah.
I just, I was one of those, I want to self-diagnose myself, which I was pretty on point with, but as I started learning about health, then I realized how far off point I was. So, so that's pretty much what sparked it for me. And like I said, once I put it out into the ether, like, look, I need help. I need natural people. I kid you not, within that first month, doors started opening. So that's, pretty much what started everything. And here I am today.
Right. And sorry to hear about your mom growing up. What was her health challenges?
She was a heavy smoker since I think 12 or 14, somewhere around that time. She started smoking cigarettes, and it took until her late 60s and trying to stop smoking and dealing with, cancer, and we didn't know that she had cancer, which is another problem in families and communities, that we don't discuss our illness and we don't discuss death, for whatever reasons, whether we're afraid or we just don't want to impose on anyone. But whatever her reasons were, she just didn't want to worry anybody. But at the end, it caused more, issues, because now here we go from my mother's fine to now you can't leave the hospital, Yeah. But she ended up having esophageal cancer. So she had a big mass tumor in her chest from all the years of smoking.
Wow. Yeah, so sorry to hear that. And it just kind of really touches on just the state of our country overall, as far as how we've learned to manage our illnesses and challenges, as opposed to trying to reverse them. And what you said, I thought was right on, and it's something that a lot of people don't think about. How you were saying that you're looking at these different commercials that are pushing pharmaceutical drugs, and just how weird that was. And just giving thought to that, because it's so normal right now. We just look at these commercials and we don't think twice about them. It's like normal, but really, like, why are we being pushed drugs via commercials and in media? Why isn't health being pushed? Health products and certain things that are going to bring vitality. Why are drugs being pushed first? And it just goes back to that whole management. We see these commercials and it's like, oh yeah, I'm dealing with this. Let me talk to my doctor and mention that. And it just goes back to the management of health. And it also makes you just think about bigger agendas, like financial agendas overall. So like from your experience as a health practitioner, what is your perspective as far as the state of health in our country?
Well, we are living in a state of ignorance, and it's killing us with every breath we take. Like you said, with these commercials, they prey on the desperate. They pretty much said, what sells cereal, to kids? What makes kids want to buy this cereal? And they said, well, that we can do that with medication. People are desperate. They're sick. They're sitting at home. They can't go anywhere because of their illness. And all they have is TV. So that's their only outlet. So it's either TV, and then they go straight to the doctors. So the television program is just programming you to constantly see medication. So therefore, you're like, hey, this medication's for my disorder. Okay, let me tell my doctor about that. So it's like a silent drug pusher. They just stay little crack vials on the corner, and then you pass it every day, and it's just like, what? I think I'm gonna try this. So but our health is really, diminishing. As a child, I'm very observant. As a child, as an adult, I was always very observant. Things that I just didn't understand as a child, but for some reason, these things were like seeds being planted. And through that, I've seen the decrease in health. I just seen the decrease in people all in general throughout the years. And it's just like, it's not, decrease is bad. It's not going for good. Our health is all we have. When you don't have your health, you don't have your life. And we're not taking our life in our own hands. Right. And it's, we educate ourselves properly. We don't, take our health in our own hands. We just assume that someone else external is going to help us. So therefore, we don't have to deal with it. We don't take the responsibility for our own actions. So, it's the health in today it's become very scary. It really has. They've made health something that's good and natural and God-giving, and turned it into this big, circus of chaos. But it frightens me sometimes, but I stay strong in my own beliefs and, what I know to be true. And I see the bigger picture, away from this circus, so to speak.
Yeah. Now you're right on with that. What, based on what you see, what was it that actually made you decide to get on the other side of things and begin that journey of actually helping people to better their health? Like what got you started in the field?
Well, like always, it starts with me. Like I said, I don't like to be sick. So once the doors started opening, I found out about Queen Afua. I found out about Dr. Africa, and just purchasing their books and reading up on stuff and seeing that, okay, there is something else out there. I'm not crazy and just assuming that there is. And so to take it further, I decided to take Dr. Africa's course to heal myself. And through that, I guess maybe I didn't read the fine print of the itinerary, but basically it was a way of teaching us to be practitioners ourselves.
Right.
Which again, I didn't go in with that intent. I went in just to, I guess in a selfish manner to heal myself and then call it a day. But through learning about holistic health and natural resources, that pretty much was like, I started thinking about everybody that I knew. When we started assessing people and learning about, how to assess people and seeing the disorders and the imbalances that people are dealing with, I'm like, I know a person that deals with that. I know a person that deals with this. I know a person that has that, and that pretty much was like, this can help me and everybody I know.
Right.
So, I'm grateful for that course because it pretty much, helped me, form a business format. It helped me to understand that this is a method that can help you and everybody else that you come across.
Right. Right. And it's interesting, when I really think about it, a lot of times in the medical industry, when we're talking about like medical doctors and people in the medical profession, a lot of times they make that decision to become doctors. They make it early on. It's sometimes it's a financial decision because we make a lot of money in the medical field, so they decide to go into medicine because of that, or they just want to genuinely help people, so they get into it. But a lot of times with the natural health practitioners, they heal themselves first. So we come out of a different experience, and it just made me different perspective. It just made me think about that contrast, because it's just so many people that that's where they begin healing themselves. They feel the power, the energy of it, and then they want to go on to help others feel the same way that they feel overall.
Yeah.
So, what services do you offer, and what is it that you typically do with your clients when they come to you?
Well, as a holistic consultant, I do holistic assessment, which is a form of a physical examination to help you, see where the imbalances are within your mind, body, and spirit. All my work is Trinity related. I don't deal with just the physical aspect of yourself or just the emotional aspect. I deal with everything that makes you who you are. So that's one thing that I do, the assessment. I also am a Reiki practitioner. I do crystal therapy, energy work, a therapeutic body work therapist where, it's not just your basic massage therapy. I do therapeutic work. I don't do the shiatsu spa type work. Also, I am an alkaline water supplier. I am a Young Living distributor. I do lectures on various topics dealing with, health, nutrition, womb work, and I also have my Essence of Life products, which is the comfort oil, the core element oil, and my meditative candles. So, So I have a variety of things because, in health, there isn't just one, answer to healing. So.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your own product line, what is that?
The Essence of Life products.
Yeah.
I use the Young Living essential oils in all my products. So they're therapeutic grade essential oils. And like comfort oil, that's good for aches and pains. Various people have come back with many testimonies to me, and I'm just like, wow, I didn't even think it would do that.
Right.
But basically, aches and pains of your body, it helps people sleep. It helps to relax your mind. It's soothing. It's calming. You can use it as a body moisturizer and just relax your body. You can use it as point therapy if you're dealing with an issue on your elbow. You put it on your elbow or your knee, wherever that inflamed area is. So it helps alleviate inflammation, helps increase blood flow, circulation to whatever that inflamed area is. Core element oils. These are 5 different oils that deal with the elements of the universe: earth, air, fire, water, and ether. And each one is therapeutic. Each one can be used as aromatherapy. You can use them just as a basic body moisturizer. Depending on the element, you can use them for, like, fire is good for stomach issues. Earth is good for skin, so you can use them therapeutically as well. So that's my little universal collection.
Okay.
And the meditative candles, these are chakra candles, to help people that's into energy work on, with self. They can meditate with the candles. All the candles are soy-based or beeswax, and they have the essential oils inside. So you have the color therapy, you have the flame therapy, you have the aromatherapy, while you're meditating to help enhance, that energy that you're trying to invoke within self. So.
Nice. And where can people purchase your product line?
Everything is on the website, windowsofwellness.com, and you can go straight to the product page, and all my products are there.
And they can also get in touch with you and get your services and things like that from that page as well?
Yes. Yep. You can contact me on the website or Facebook or I'm in the process of changing my phone number for the new year.
Okay.
So I'm not going to give the old number
okay.
until January, and then the new number will come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can definitely contact me through email or through the website.
Okay. And also one of the things that you mentioned as far as services is concerned is your initial assessment that you do. And I remember in the previous conversation that you and I had, we were discussing the importance of getting kind of like holistic health exams and things of that nature. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the importance of it is, like I said, with myself, we all self-diagnose ourselves, which is fine. You want to be aware of your body and what's going on, and when something's out of balance, but we don't see it as, okay, what's the origin of the problem?
Right.
We just assume the superficial, symptom that we're dealing with is the problem, and how do I, what do I need to do to get rid of that? So we're working externally and then, trying to go within.
Right.
And I noticed that, through my learnings and through my own personal growth and development, that there's a lot that we don't know about our own body.
Right.
I've taken anatomy and physiology for so many years, dealing with medical and dental and holistic and massage, that it just amazes me how intricate the body is.
Yeah.
How it's just, it's a self-healing mechanism. It does what it needs to do, regardless of what you're doing to it. It's going to do what it needs to do.
Right.
But when you, keep putting things in your body that's causing it to malfunction, now it can't do what it's supposed to do.
Right.
And when you're dealing with your body and you don't know what's going on because you can't see inside, then you need to go to a specialist, someone that does know about the body, someone that does understand, the external vices that we deal with and how it affects our body internally.
Right.
So therefore you can get bigger understanding on what's going on with you. When we don't go, like I said, when I didn't go to the doctors, I'm thinking, okay, I'm just dealing with feminine disorders, or I just have hormonal issues and my headaches, and that's it. No, it was much deeper than that,
Right.
especially when you're dealing holistically.
Absolutely.
Right. So that's what my assessments do. I let you know, like, your physical imbalances, your spiritual imbalances, and your mental imbalances. So therefore, you're tapping into all the things that's causing these external symptoms.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Great point. It's so important. I mean, like we're definitely not the type of people that are totally against the medical industry. We think that there should be a balance between the two that we have to find, but right now it's lopsided and it's all pretty much medical. And I do think that it is important to get checkups. So if people are getting their medical checkups, those are a good thing, but it's good to put it in perspective and understand that that is not prevention, that's detection. So when you go to get your medical physical, you're just pretty much finding out what's going on. You're not preventing anything. But on the flip side, when you get the holistic health physical assessments, that is a level of prevention because you're finding out what is going on in the body from a complete holistic perspective so that you can do things to bring your body back into balance and prevent your body from getting worse or manifest into the diseases that they detect when you go get your medical physicals. So I think that's a great point that you get holistic examinations, and you just like you get your medical physical yearly, it's important to get your holistic health assessments at least once a year as well.
Yes, indeed.
Also, I feel that, we're in the information age, and a lot of this information is on the internet. But I know Jamal and I, we continuously say that when you seek someone who's a professional who has so much more years of experience, you can collapse time frames in the sense of you're healing yourself if you work with a professional. So I think that sometimes a lot of people see all these books and websites and YouTube videos, and you definitely want to immerse yourself in that information. But when you work with a qualified professional in terms of holistic health as well, you'll get the results so much faster if you consult with them and do what you're advised to do.
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's true because, we're improperly diagnosing ourselves. We don't really understand cause and effect when it deals with the body.
Right.
So many people that I've talked to about nutrition, they're like, oh, well, I work out and, I eat healthy. And just because it's the holidays, it's not going to affect me.
Right.
And people don't realize, like, it is affecting you, but you don't see it. You don't feel it. Because these receptors are dull at this point, so you just think, okay, I'm going to eat certain things and it's going to be okay. No, your body is unapologetic.
Right.
So you're going to deal with the repercussions of what you did.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cause and an effect for everything. And in our health, we just assume that we can do whatever and there's no effect from it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Right.
And because of that, then you go to, the medical practitioners and they tell you, like you said, just the basics of stuff, but they don't tell you how to restore things back.
Right.
Right.
And that keeps you, I'm healthy. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And just the symptomology thing, we're kind of stuck in the kind of Western medical perspective when it comes to just how we see our health, very isolated, treating symptoms. So I see that a lot of people bring that mentality over to the natural health field. They just want to treat symptoms. So if they have high blood pressure, they're looking at, what herb can I take to help me with my high blood pressure?
Right.
And now they're just taking a Western approach to something natural. So they're just taking that herb to lower the blood pressure and not looking at the bigger picture of, what's going on in my body? What am I dealing with in my life that's causing this? And let me address that. So when you get these holistic health physicals, we're not just saying, here, take, this herb to help lower your blood pressure. We're looking at your life, and we're looking at what adjustments can you make in your life so that you're not putting that level of stress on your body anymore to cause that blood pressure to be high in the first place. So it's a different perspective that I think that it's important for people to understand. And I'm glad that we got a chance to touch on that. Now, something else that's pretty funny. Kim got a really good laugh at this one. You I don't know if this is self-proclaimed or if you're known for this in Virginia, but you call yourself the water whisperer.
The water whisperer. I love it though.
Yeah.
I
I think it's great. How did that come about?
Yes, it is self-proclaimed. Because they have the dog whisperer. Something else I saw, somebody whisperer.
Yeah, the ghost.
And and I'm the water. At first, I was the water pusher. That I was told I was. So, but basically, it came about because, well, one, I'm a water element,
mm-hmm.
and two, I love drinking water. I've always have loved drinking water, and it's a very underestimated element that people do not appreciate.
Right.
They don't understand it. They don't appreciate it. And it's just my duty as a water element to let people know the truth about water,
right.
Understand it and understand the purpose of it and why you need to have it in your life and why it's so important.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm the water whisperer.
So for the person that says, because we know it's a lot of people out there that say this, for the person that says, Mary, I don't like water. Matter of fact, I hate water.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to them?
I just give them that look like, oh, that's so sad. Because it's so hurtful to hear that.
Yeah.
It's like a mother telling a child, I don't like you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's
right.
so hurtful to
mm-hmm.
hear because then you really see how emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically stuck this person is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How could you not love an element that is like 80% of your body,
right.
80% of the world that you live on? How do you not like the element that helps to clean you, to release toxins from your body, to wash your skin, your hair, your face? How do you not love something that can hydrate you, nourish you, and keep you alive?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
That's an insult, to God
right.
and all His creations.
Right.
Outside of air, water is the second most. Well, air and water, I would say, hand in hand, hit the first most important element that you need.
Mm-hmm.
Without either one of those, you will die.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Air much faster. But water, you get a few days.
Right.
You can live without food, in depending on the scenario. But water, no.
Right.
You can be stuck out in water and can't drink the water,
right.
but you're in the ocean and you're stuck, but you're around this element that you do not respect at all, and it's going to be the one to take you out.
Right.
So after I get through that emotional setback, that's when the re-education comes in.
Yeah.
After I get rid of the hurt mother inside, like, oh my God, then I have to re-educate people on understanding why they need water in their life,
mm-hmm.
And not just any water, quality water,
right.
alkaline water,
mm-hmm.
not acidic water.
Right.
Acid water does have its purpose, as an antiseptic, but internally, your body needs water.
Mm-hmm.
It helps flush toxins out of your body. It helps to energize you. It helps to hydrate your organs so that they can function properly.
Right.
It helps the blood to circulate through your body.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want to go on.
No. It's a reflection of the culture that we can live in a society that people can actually get to a point where they hate water and they don't drink it. Mm-hmm. We've actually been taught that it's optional. Like you have the option to drink or not to drink water. Mm-hmm. Some people they only drink soda. They only drink bottled teas and bottled juices and milk. Like that's it. No water. And we've been taught in our society that that's okay because that's water. You're still getting in your water. I was looking at an an article a few months ago, and it was saying that, it was overhyped. Like a doctor was saying this, like as long as you're drinking, juices and things of that nature, you're still getting your hydration, so you didn't need the water. And, we know that that's so far from the truth. There's nothing like drinking pure water. Like, you need to get in pure water in your body, so it's just a reflection of where we're at. So for the person that is at that state where they don't like water, how would you help them to get back to beginning to appreciate and like water and get more water in? What would that journey be like?
Well, first, I would get you to understand the importance, of water. Firstly, I would let you know, of the misconceptions that we're forced to believe that water is just the base of an element of what you're drinking. But once you add something else to that water, it's no longer water.
Right.
You don't have soda water. You don't have tea water, coffee water. No, water is water.
Right.
When you add an external, element to it, it changes that water element to what it is now.
Right. Yeah.
So people first of all have to understand that. So yes, just because you drink herbal tea, okay, good, you're hydrating yourself on a certain level, but at the end of the day, you're nourishing yourself from what the properties of the tea have. Right. You're not hydrating yourself for the properties of the water anymore, because now the water is helping the tea to do what it needs to do.
Right.
Okay, so first people have to really understand that and get that mindset, the BS mindset out. Like, oh, okay, so I'm not really drinking anything.
Yeah.
Then secondly, people have to understand that these foods that we eat and the drinks that we're drinking are very acidic. Okay, whether it be meat, whether it be what do people eat? Meat, dairy, sugars, refined starches,
fast foods,
chemicals, additives and preservatives and flavor enhancers, wine, alcohol, beer. All these things are acidic to the body. Okay, so and what it does is it depletes your body of hydration, of liquid, of water. Okay, the main nutrient that you need. So now your body cannot function properly. Your teeth are affected. Your nerves are affected. Your skeletal system is affected. Your muscles are affected. Every aspect of your body, every symptom in your body is affected from all these acidic properties. Okay, and medication is another acidic thing. People don't seem to realize. So all these things, yes, we're supposed to eat food. Yes, you're supposed to take certain herbs, but sometimes they have an acidic effect on the body. Then you have body on a natural and normal basis, your body loses water just by its natural function, whether that be talking, you're losing water, moisture from your body, breathing, you're losing moisture, sweating, you're losing moisture. When you eliminate number one or number two, you're losing water out of your body. So there's a lot of vices going against you to keep your body hydrated. Right. So, once I, re-educate people on understanding the purpose of water, the importance of water, what it does, then I, after that, to me, it'd be like, okay, then I'm going to go drink some water, Right. But then when you don't, then I can go even deeper. When you're dealing with high blood pressure or low blood pressure, when you're dealing with cholesterol, when you're dealing with diabetes, these are imbalances of a particular element, whether that be sugar, whether that be fat, whether that be salt. These elements are causing the normalcy in the body to not be normal anymore. So these imbalances are causing these, fancy name disorders. Now, when you drink water, alkaline water, brings your sugar levels back down. It normalizes the pH of your body. It normalizes how the sugar is dispersed throughout the cells. It normalizes how the cholesterol is sent out throughout the cells.
Mm-hmm.
It allows the blood to circulate throughout your whole body with oxygen, and then, come back up to your heart to get some more, and so forth. So it does what it's supposed to do to allow your body to function properly. So therefore, your blood pressure levels will start to normalize. Your cholesterol levels will start to normalize. Your diabetes levels will start, lowering. And your overall health and vigor and vitality will come back.
Right.
But again, it does take time. It's not one. We're not talking like one cup.
Right.
We're talking about, ounces and ounces, liters of water that you should be drinking in a day. And that lastly would be the last thing that I would, well, not the last thing, but another thing that I would educate people on is the amount of water that you're supposed to be drinking.
Mm-hmm.
We have this conception that, I drank 2, bottled waters. And I always, put my hands in the size of the little one, the big one, or a large one,
Mm-hmm.
So whether that be an 8-ounce bottle, which is just for kids,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
the 12-ounce bottle, which is just a snack, but no, you need to be walking around with liter bottles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so tired of people with these little 12-ounce bottles. You're not doing anything. If your liver takes a liter of water, how are you going to hydrate just your liver with 12 ounces? Much less your heart, your spleen, your pancreas, your stomach, everything, your intestines. So they don't get, somebody's not getting, fed. Someone's not getting nourished. So I educate people on the amount of water, depending on their size, their body size, depending on their activities through the day. If you're very active, then you should be drinking more. So I try to really go in deep and educate people on the importance of this very important element. And again, we go back into cause and effect. If you don't drink it, this is the effect. If you do drink it, this is the effect.
Right. You just covered a lot. I mean, if you're out there listening to this, I don't even know how you could not drink water after hearing what she just said. I'm sure people, while you were saying that, they probably went and got some water to drink while they were listening, to the show.
Right now, the talking.
So it's like from everything that you just named, all of the challenges, right? So if you're out there and you're experiencing any of these things or have experienced any of these things, I want you to just take a moment and just think about your level of hydration. Have you been drinking enough water? Because I find in working with people that suffer from those things, they're not. So going deeper than like everything else that may cause it, just simply by not doing the right things, let alone polluting your body, but just not doing the basic things that your body needs on a daily basis in order to stay healthy. By just not doing that alone can cause a lot of these challenges. So you would be amazed at just drinking your daily required amount of water, good quality water, what that can do for your health by itself. So I thought that that was golden, that you said everything that you just said. And one of the things that you mentioned a couple of times, you spoke about, alkaline, and you spoke about acidity, in alkaline water. Can you just touch on that for a minute? What is alkaline water? What is alkaline? What is, acidity in the body? Like, what is that for the person that doesn't know?
Okay. Now, there's 2 elements in all. Everything has a yin and a yang. Everything has a positive and a negative. So negative would be the acid water and positive would be the alkaline water. Alkaline water would be yin and acid water would be yang, okay, for those that deal with dualities. So in dealing with that, they both have a purpose. They both help to bring balance to our bodies. Now, this is considered as a pH level. So everybody will hear, your pH, your body pH, and your everything's your pH. Well, basically, that's just how your body metabolizes its energy, how it utilizes its energy through the food, the water, and herbs or whatever it is that you're taking in. Now, the neutral that everyone always hears about is 7.0. Anything close to 7, like 6.5 or 6.8 to like 7.5, 7.8. Those are all within like that neutral range. Now, this is neutral for external things. that you're putting in your body. Your body's pH should be 7.3. That's a normal average body, but unfortunately, because we're dealing with so many imbalances and disorders, our pH balance goes down, ranging from the 6.5-ish and hopefully 7. But again, that's low for normal, healthy body, okay? So when you're drinking, eating and drinking alkaline foods, you want them to have life energy. You want foods to have nutrients in it. That's what alkalinity is. It's life. It's nutrients. It's purpose. It's divine. You want these elements into your body. So therefore, you can hydrate yourself. Now, on a regular basis, people, that are drinking these bottled waters, unfortunately, there's a lot of misleading out there when it comes to alkaline water. If you're buying alkaline water, I just like to add that please make sure that you read the bottles that you're purchasing the water that state that they're alkaline, because a lot of bottles don't have a pH on there. So that right there shows me that your bottled water is not alkaline water. A lot of these waters, just because the pH is 7.5, they say, oh, we have alkaline water. No, you have neutral water. You're basically giving people still tap water.
Right.
Alkaline water, alkaline drinking water should be a pH of 8.0 to 9.5. So depending on your body, your health, and so forth, that's the range that you should drink your alkaline water. Now, if your body is acidic and you're drinking neutral water, you're not doing anything. You're just basically glazing the surface of your health. You're not really going in deep. You're not detoxing. You're not nourishing. You're not restoring. So, alkaline water does all that. Alkaline water restores your body. It releases toxins out of your body. It brings back the normalcy of your health.
Right.
So again, you should be drinking, 8.0 to 9.5. Now, when we do have a lot of extreme people in the world, if you're not dealing with a major, degenerative disease, you don't need to be drinking 10.0 water.
Right.
And if you are drinking 10.0, that's a short period. I call that a remedy. You're drinking it to really extremely detox your body.
Right.
There's a cause and effect, like I say, for everything. So be careful with that, especially if you're not doing it under supervision of a practitioner. Then I personally would advise people not to do it. Now, but when you are drinking these highly alkaline waters, you still will have an effect of being ill because now you're overdoing it. You're making your pH way too high, and it's causing too much yin energies in your body. So you're just constantly on the go. You're constantly, moving, and it causes imbalance basically. So it doesn't allow the body to produce its normal, daily activity functions the way it needs to, because now it's at a heightened range. And the same thing when you're drinking or eating a lot of acidic things, foods, it brings your body down. It slows your body down and stops you from doing the stuff that you're supposed to do, your body functions are supposed to do. So, again, when you're, taking medications, eating all these refined foods and so forth, and, I've heard of people that actually have drank acid water. This unfortunately was eons ago before I actually knew in depth about alkaline and acid water. Don't do that. You don't do that. You can eat alkaline foods. You can take certain you can eat acid foods. You can take certain acid herbs, but drinking acid water, I highly wouldn't recommend.
It's like drinking It's like drinking soda. You might as well just
Exactly. So it's just so people, we have these things that we come up with in our head. Our ego says, yeah, we could do that, but your body is like, I don't think so.
Right.
But just be wary of your water, the bottled waters that you're buying. Look to make sure that it just doesn't have sodium. There's other minerals in your water that makes it alkaline, and they all help and, interact with each other in your body. So if they're adding sodium, basically they're adding salt to your water.
Right.
And it's just like, it does kind of have, properties of being alkaline, but you don't know what's the source of their sodium, or whatever minerals that they're putting in. Are they synthetic, or is this natural spring water that came from a natural, spring in the earth and so forth, and it has these minerals in it? So that plays a part. And there's machines, man has made machines to duplicate what God made, which is the natural spring. And, there's many companies out there. I deal with a company that's called Water Works for You, which honestly I got from you guys. Thank you. Look where I'm gone. You created a monster. But there's plenty of companies out there for those that want to do the Kangen machine. If you have that money for it and that's where you want to go, your spirit says go for it, then do you. But understand that there are other machines that can financially fit in your price range and so forth. Right. But you have to do the research and find out what these machines do. Make sure that they're, a credible company. Make sure the machine actually works the way it's supposed to work and so forth. So, and you can bring that in your home and you save so much money from buying bottled water every day. That's $100. If you're drinking one bottle of water a day, then that's $100, out of your pocket.
Right.
And you can't get that back, right. And then it did nothing. It didn't help your health. It didn't restore anything. It didn't flush toxins out, so invest in, a good quality machine, and therefore your water is back to being free, straight out your tap.
So, would you say that as far as a person on their journey of health and wellness, that's one of the major things that they need to do is just start drinking more high quality water?
Yes, that would be the best start as a water pusher. I honestly, we are so dehydrated and, don't realize it. But, the first start would be water. My second would be add vegetables now. Right. Now you've got the water down. Now let's add vegetables, because that's the second thing that we are so deficient in. Yeah. Is proper nutrients from live vegetables. So,
it's so sad that we're at a state now that the industry has control over our water. I think to have a device to cleanse and treat your water and to raise the quality of your water is golden to have. But it's just a shame that we can't just go out and just get pure water from a spring anymore. I mean, they're tapping the springs, or they're gating off the springs so that you can't have access to water. You have to pay for it. I mean, it's crazy. They're closing the wells off. They're rerouting the wells. People that had they're getting their water source from wells. They can't overall anymore. We used to go to a spring in New Jersey, and we used to fill up our water. We go fill up about 20 gallons of water. Drive an hour to get to this spring. It was at a national, it was a state park in New Jersey. We would drive an hour to get there to fill up, 20, 30 gallons of water, fresh spring water. It was coming right from the source. It was amazing. The water was electrical, it was like nothing we've ever drank before. And it's like they closed that section off so you can't get to the water anymore. And I'm sure a company bought it now so they can do whatever they're going to do with it. So it's like our water is being controlled now, so this water situation is, so much bigger and political than we think it is, from a financial perspective, to a health perspective. So, so I think that we need more water whisperers, in our society.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
So question, if it was one thing that a person can do to take their health to the next level, it was only one thing they could do, what would that one thing be for you that you would recommend?
One thing. That's hard. I would say loving yourself as a start. I know this is like, some people are like, huh? Where did that come from? But yeah, I would say loving yourself. You know, healing starts within.
Right.
Yes.
Within you. It starts within all of us. It's, you know, we look in the mirror and you see yourself. Love yourself enough to tell yourself that you love yourself.
Right.
You know, and from there, everything else falls in place because now your first priority is you.
Right.
You know, healing yourself, restoring yourself, you know, learning to forgive yourself. You know, that comes with love. Gaining, you know, compassion for life comes with love. Finding joy in things comes with love. Being patient with yourself, you know, comes with love. And it takes time. You know, these things take time. We didn't get sick overnight. We didn't lose ourselves overnight. This took years to happen. Sometimes it takes months to happen or days to happen, but it is happening. Right. And we start losing ourselves and we stop loving ourselves. You know, when I speak to a lot of people, you know, a lot of people do confide in me, and it's so hurtful because I've been there. I understand what they're going through. You know, there was a time I didn't love myself, and it was, you know, at that time you're like, yeah, I love myself. You know, yeah, it's easy to say, but do you really do it?
Right.
You know, if you do love yourself, then drinking water is not a problem.
Right.
Taking your life and your health in your own hands is no longer a problem or issue. Investing in your health and your life and your family is no longer an issue.
Right.
You know, so this is why they say love conquers all. You know, I don't want to get too deep and metaphysical on people, but at the end of the day, that's what it is.
Yeah, no, I think that it's important. Yeah, what you're saying is important because, you know, a lot of people, they say that they do love themselves, but how does that look? You know, when you say that you love yourself, what does that translate to in your life? Because we spend so much time running. We spend so much time tending to other people's needs, tending to our job, our family, and so many other things outside of ourselves. And we say we love ourselves, but what are we doing for ourselves? So I think that is a jewel to love yourself first and to think about what does that translate into, because if you love yourself, why wouldn't you want to put the best things in your body? Why wouldn't you want to do everything that you could do to optimize your health? Because a lot of times, you know, we live in this superficial environment and in society, and a lot of times people will say, I love myself, so they'll go buy themselves the best clothes. You know, they want to they want to drive the best car to express themselves and to treat themselves. But how about you treat yourself to some, you know, high quality water and organic and high quality vegetation, and treat yourself to exercise and love yourself, you know, to meditate and clear your mind and do things that are going to eliminate stress in your life and practice a holistic lifestyle.
Also investing in holistic health services that you know you need.
Yeah, exactly. Getting your assessments, taking your herbs or whatever it is that you need. That's the next level of self-love, going beyond the external and now diving internally into what that translates to. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And, you know, we're coming to the top of the hour for our show, and we really appreciate having you on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Do you have any parting words for our listeners?
Parting words. Drink water.
From the water whisperer.
I did it wrong. Drink water. Drink water.
As you listen to the water, are there any other messages coming through from the water that it would like to let our listeners know?
I know. Drink me. Drink. No, but on a serious note, you know, just healing starts within, family.
Yeah.
You know, it does. So start within.
Definitely. So before we go, for all the information that we discussed in this podcast episode, all of Mary's contact information, her website, her product line, any of the books that she referenced, just go to jkhealthtribe/21. Just the number 21, that is this episode number. Or you can go to jkhealthtribe.com and type Mary, Mery, in the search box, and the show notes for this episode will come up. So, Mary, it's definitely great speaking with you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
This was a powerful episode, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
Yes, thank you so much for the opportunity. I love you guys, and I miss you, and I see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
We will.
Yes.
All right, peace and blessings.
Peace.
All right.
So that is the conclusion of our episode, MerySerket. Hopefully you enjoy the episode, but most importantly, you receive value from it. And one of the most powerful ways to consume information is through audio, such as this podcast, where you can listen to it anytime, any place, anywhere, that you can have your smartphone or computer. And, we teamed up with Audible Books, which is a service that you can listen to pretty much any book in audio form. And we teamed up with Audible Books. So you can receive a free Audible book and also a 30-day free trial of their service. And if you sign up for the service and it's not for you, you can cancel it at any time and you still keep your Audible book. So why not sign up and get a free Audible book on the powerful benefits of water and listen to it while you're on the go? So just go over to jkhealthtribe.com/books. That's jkhealthtribe.com/books and sign up for your free account and download your free audio book instantly. All right. So until next time, live healthier.
We hope you enjoyed your time with Jamal and Kim's Inner Circle Health Tribe. To keep you on your path towards a happy, healthier lifestyle, we encourage you to visit jkhealthtribe.com for a free copy of the 8 effective ways to lose weight and keep it off, as well as more content to help you find your health balance. Thanks again, and we look forward to educating, empowering, and inspiring you to live healthier.